Switching over to water because I've had too much coffee. But grab your favorite drink, and we are talking about some mistakes that new substitute teachers make. Substitute teaching is a really hard job. It's so challenging, but it's really, really rewarding. It's really hard to say, really, really rewarding. Anyways, back on track. When we start out, when we're new, it's really hard to know like really what to do. It can be difficult because we have the lesson plans that we have to follow. The students, we have to manage them, make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do, and hopefully they are just behaving and being kind to us, and just to make sure that everything goes well, you know? And we make mistakes. So I'm going to list some mistakes that I've made and that I know others have made in hopes that you can not make the same mistakes. But it's important to know you are only human and you do make mistakes. So if you make a mistake, just own up to it and move on. Okay, let's start. The first thing is not establishing authority early on. So making sure that you have guidelines or like rules, guidelines. It's really important. Students really need to know that like you are boss, right? And you don't have to be mean, but just have some expectations for them. It just helps set the tone for the day, and it makes your day go smoother. And when you have expectations for them, I feel like it makes the students a little bit more respectful. They can tell, they're like, oh yay, like, okay, like she has these, like she means business. She's here to teach, you know. And when you, obviously you're there to teach, but there's some substitute teachers who come in and don't enforce any rules, and the students take advantage of that. So it's really, really important to set some boundaries, set some expectations, and that way they know not to walk all over you and they don't let them get away with it. Another one is failing to review the lesson plan. I've done this by accident. I read like some of it and I was like, oh, like they're doing like page 28 in this. And here I didn't read on to see like it was in a different book or whatever. Who knows? And it was wrong. And it's like, oops, you know, like it happens, but make sure you read in entirety the lesson plan, because there's things in there that like will be really helpful for you. So like there might be something on there about a student who might be upset that the teacher's not there and they're rude. They may be rude to you. So if you read that on the lesson plan, you know what to expect ahead of time. It could be like you get to see who's on the IEPs and stuff, or maybe the teachers lay out what the assignment is, what they want them to do, but then they have an exception. So like you can say like these kids can work in the hallway or something. It is important that you just fully read through the lesson plan. Get to work early so that you can fully read it. You can mark on it, make comments, whatever. And so like you remember what's going on. But always, 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 again, read the lesson plan thoroughly. Probably the most important thing that you can do as a substitute teacher. Ignoring or underestimating school policies. Nowadays, it's so important that you know school policies. And I'm not talking about like not giving students candy on Halloween or stuff like that. I'm talking about like not looking and seeing like what the protocols are, policies are for if there's a fire drill or if there's a lockdown drill. Nowadays, you need to know that. I will link a video down below on lockdown drills. It's a general one, but you need to know the policies for that because you cannot be panicking. It is not the time to panic. It seems like it would be a time to panic, but it's not. And you are the leader and you need to know what's going on and how to keep calm so that the students are calm. Not having class management skills. Okay, so this one, I will say, is the hardest. Class management is really freaking hard. And you might not get it down year one. You might not get it down in 6 weeks from when you start. You might not get it down for 5 years. It took me a really long time to learn class management and what works for me. There's so many different ways you can manage a classroom, and it's just important that you do have some type of class management and organizational skills with the students so that you're able to manage them so that they are able to do their work and get what's done on the lesson plan. I have a playlist that I will link down below as well on this, and it's really crucial. Sometimes, and there's like so many different class management things too, but the things to know is like when I think the mistake here for substitute teachers is that we try to be too nice or nice. Now, you can be friendly, you can be nice. Please be nice. You want the students to feel safe around you and feel like they have someone to talk to if they need to, or just feel welcome in the classroom, because sometimes they don't get that at home. So you want that feeling. But when you have your boundaries and your management skills, it's not to be rude. It's to like get them just to like do what they need to do, right? So like it could be maybe they're talking a lot and you need to have like 1, 2, 3 eyes on me, or if you can hear me, clap 5 times, like something like that. You could make incentives for the end of the day. Whatever it is that gets them to do their work, respect you and your rules is what is good, because you don't want them to just walk all over you and not do any work and then get in trouble for it. So this one's a difficult one. Okay, trying to teach like the regular teacher. Okay, so one, you are not them. Okay, and you're just there to fill their spot for the day. So again, just read the lesson plan. Now, there's one thing, if you are known at the school and you are in a subject where like you have a sort of certification degree in this area, you are more than welcome to teach. But one thing to keep in mind, let's just say math, okay? So they do math weird nowadays that it makes no sense. Like to me, I'm not a math teacher, but I can go in there and be like, oh, like I can do that in 3rd grade. But to teach how the teacher teaches it, what the F? I don't know what they're doing. So my point is like, you're not the teacher. You're just there to get the students done with that assignment so that they can move on, and just leave it as that. You can help them. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Nothing wrong with helping out the students, giving them hints. But if the teacher doesn't expect you to teach more in like middle and high school, they don't really expect you to. Now, like for me, when I was subbing, and I would sub in physical education, they would let me take over because I was in physical education. I've had other sub friends who were math and they were able to teach the math and they knew that curriculum. So just keep that in mind. Not asking for help when you need it. This can go back to class management as well. If you are having trouble with behavior, ask for help. If you don't know where an assignment is or anything that the teacher said in the lesson plans, ask for help. If you don't know if there are subplans, ask. Someone knows the answer. So always, always ask. Sometimes I think we just get caught up in being like, I'm new, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, and we just don't ask. Always ask. Asking is for free. Overlooking the small positive behaviors. So a lot of times as subs, we always are like, oh, this kid is annoying me. I'm writing their name down. They said the F word 3 times and they got out of their seats, and then they were talking. This kid threw an eraser, and then this kid ran out of class. This kid went to the nurse and didn't tell me. This kid did this and that. And then we don't even focus on the students who respected your expectations in the first place. And when you think about it, if you step back and you think about it, hopefully, a majority of the time, there are more positives than there are negatives. So don't always look for the negatives. Yes, write them down, of course, but always look for the positives, and you will see that there's so much more positivity in that classroom than there is negativity. Even though there could be behavior classes, always praise the good behavior, take care of the bad behavior too. Last one I have for you is underestimating the power of leaving a note. Always leave good subplans, okay? Always leave good subnotes. Now, you could write, today was a great day, or today was horrible, the kids were horrible. Like, write whatever you want, right? But teachers want to know who was there, who was not, because they need to put assignments together for the students who weren't there. They want to know what students behaved well, because those kids are going to get some incentives. The students who weren't are probably going to get punished in a certain way. Hopefully they do. Not like in a bad way, but hopefully they do, just to learn that you don't walk all over someone. Is what I mean by hopefully get punished. They want to know what you finished in the lesson plan. If you didn't get to something, if you couldn't find something, like write down every single detail that you can. I subbed in high school, and I had like a paper, and I had each period. So when I went through second period, I would write down the absent students, the tardy students, and then I would write, class went well today. Peter was talking a lot and disrupted the class, but the rest of the class was great the entire time. That was really it. And then at the end, I would say each class period finished up to question 6 in their homework. So I really hope that that's okay, and hopefully it's okay. Just always write detailed notes. I also have a video on that I can link down below as well. Okay, guys, I really hope that this helps you not to make mistakes, and just know if you make a mistake, just own up to it. You're only human, and learn from your mistakes. These are mistakes that I've made and other teachers, substitutes have made, and it's normal, right? It's a growth opportunity, and you will be better the next day after knowing what you did right and what you did wrong. So keep on going, and I'll see you in the next video.